I'm here to tell you a story about how our apartment caught on fire. So October 31st, 2015, we lost everything. Well, we'll say October 31st into November 1st. Technically it was November 1st, but who's checking? So on October 31st, we celebrated my son's first birthday. He was born on October 29th, 2014, and we decided to celebrate it on Halloween. You know, have a Halloween party. We're first-time parents, so we went all out for him. We had a nice little cake and games and a whole bunch of stuff, costume party. And I'll insert pictures right now. Let's see, where do I begin? We were having his birthday party, and then it was time for us to wrap it up. You know, we had the hall for so long, and we packed it up, and we went. We had a few hours before it was officially going to be dark, and we were debating whether we were going to take him trick-or-treating because he was fussy, because he was teething, and we didn't know. So by the evening time, he got a little bit better, and we were like, let's just take him. It's his first time. We'll just take him for a little while. So by the time we got home, he ended up having a fever, and so with that fever, you know, again, we're first time parents, so we didn't know. We took him to Children's Hospital. So we were there maybe about 1:30. Till about 1:30. Doctor told us it's just teething, he's fine, you know, just take him home. So we took him home, we brought him home. He was asleep by the time, you know, we got home. We were exhausted, we were tired. We had been up early setting up for the birthday party, and then we had finished the birthday party, and then we went trick-or-treating, and then sitting at the hospital for hours. We were just drained. We were exhausted, we were tired, we knocked out. So I'm the type of person, when I sleep, I am really light with noises. Like, I'll jump, I'll get scared, and I'll be like, what's that? And my husband, on the other hand, he's out. I mean, someone could break into the house and he wouldn't even know. And that's just how he sleeps. My son was out, and I heard noises. I heard little, fussing, little arguing, and in the neighborhood that I lived in, it was normal. Sad to say, but it was normal. It's, So I decided to just turn back around and go to sleep and mind my business. Sometimes I can be a tad bit nosy, I'm not gonna lie. So I decided to just go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep. It just kept getting louder. They kept progressing with the crap, and I was getting frustrated at this point. I was like, okay, enough. I'm tired of this. And then I hear like banging. I started to hear banging. And then I'm like, okay. So it's just my neighbor downstairs. She's just arguing with her significant other, whatever, her boyfriend, whatever. And so I'm like, let me just mind my business. But then it got to a point where that was it. I was tired. I was beyond frustrated. I was livid. I just wanted to sleep. And I could not go to sleep. They just kept making noise. So I woke up my husband. My husband was like, just open the door outside and see what's going on. And then, he gets frustrated when I get nosy. But so I decided, okay, fine, I'll just go open the door. So I opened the door, and I could hear her like saying, "Get out, get out." So I'm like, "Oh snap!" Like, I am not trying to hear this woman's, personal business. So I'm like, "Okay, let me just shut my door." And then she's like, "No, Maria." And then so I peeked down the stairs, and I was like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh," well, not oh, but she was screaming. She was like, "Come on, Maria, you gotta get out." And I'm like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like halfway asleep. And at this, I'm gonna just say it, I didn't have a bra on. I had like, pajamas on. I don't know. I was halfway asleep. I was drained. I was tired, so I ran downstairs and I look. And she's like, "Look in the room," and her whole room is just like in gold. Like, there's curtains, like, say it's the window, and the curtains were like flames, and they were the same. It was the same room that we were sleeping in. So I ran back outside, and I go up the stairs, and I'm yelling, "Joseph, get out!" And I'm pounding on my neighbor's door at the same time. My husband jumps up and he grabs the baby. Well, by the time he jumps out of bed with the baby, he could feel the heat on the floor. Like, it was so hot. And so I was gonna go run back in to get paperwork and to get some kind of clothes for us. And he's like pulling me, like, no, you go in there, like, it's a wrap. So I was like, okay. So at this point, I'm freaking out. I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm crying. And then I like get into this mode of, okay, shoot, our neighbors are old. Well, not to be mean, but they were older. And my neighbor right next to me, she had an oxygen tank, and I'm like, shit, gotta get my neighbor out. So she takes a long time to answer the door, and I'm like frustrated. And older people just don't tend to not, want to come out of their apartments. So, they were stubborn. So we got them out, and they were safe. So my husband managed to grab a basket of the baby's clothes, and because we had did laundry, I think like 2 days before that, and I hadn't had a chance to put the laundry away. And he grabbed that basket, and that's the only thing that came out of the apartment was a basket of clothes. We lost everything. My neighbor lost everything. Oh my goodness. So while the fire, I'm jumping from place to place because I'm trying to remember everything. While the fire is happening, like, the whole thing is like on fire. You could hear like the crackle. You could hear everything just in flames. You could hear people yelling, like, "Are they in there?" And I'm like trying to tell everybody, like, "I'm out, we're out," And then I'm on the phone with my aunt, and I'm hysterical. I'm crying, I'm screaming. I just want everybody to know that it does not matter about the material things. As long as everybody was safe and okay. That's the only thing that mattered. It was so traumatic. It still is to this day. Like, every time I hear a fire truck, or every time I hear anything, like, I'm like, okay, where's the fire? A smoke detector goes off, and I'm like, well, okay, whose house is on fire? So I am still working on that. It's 2018 already, and I'm still working on it. But we did lose everything. We ended up moving to Madeira. My aunt opened her home, and thank you very much to my aunt Rena. She opened her homes and allowed us to stay there until we were able to get our own home. And we want to thank her very much, because without her, we don't know where we would have been. So thank you very much. We also want to thank Jackie Holmes. Jackie Holmes was a big part in helping us with anything that we needed. So much she has done for us, and we're very thankful for her as well. We also want to take time to thank Wesley Methodist Church and all the members there. They were so amazing with us. They helped us with furniture. Ashley, I was in a group and at the church, and she was one of like my mentors, and you know, she helped me with a lot of other things going on in my life, and she was a big part. She helped me. She got my son his walker. He didn't have a walker, you know, all his things were gone, just gone. So his first birthday, from his birthday, see, we unloaded the vehicle that day, so all his gifts, everything, they were all in the home already, and everything went. So we had to start from scratch, and we did. We came a long way. So yeah, that's the story about our fire. Oh, let me tell you. So the apartments that we're in now, so we moved into an apartment complex in the same neighborhood where our apartment caught on fire. And fine, whatever. They got new owners, so we ended up moving to the apartments that we are in now. And let me tell you, I want to say it was the first day we moved in, the first night that we moved in. We were unpacking, you know, excited, new place, and we were unpacking. It was late, and we were unpacking, and Joseph was in the back where the patio is, and he's messing around with something back there, and I'm in the kitchen. He literally throws my shoes at me, grabs the baby, grabs my purse, because it's where all our you know, things that were at the time, and our socials and everything medical, at least for the baby. And so he throws me my purse, and he throws his shoes, and I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like, why are you throwing things at me, and why are we vacating the freaking unit? Like, what are we doing? So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm like, okay, what's up, bro? And then he's like, you don't smell that? And I'm like, no, I don't smell anything. And he's like, get outside. And so he's like in the house, like rumbling through things. Then I get outside with the baby, and I get downstairs, and I'm like, oh, I smell it. I smell the fire. And then my neighbors pop their heads out, and they're like, do you smell that? And I'm like, okay, so it's not coming from their house. So, and where we live, there's like someone downstairs from us, and then there's someone across from us, and then downstairs, so it's like 4. And so we're like, okay, which other ones? And then we realize it's not even our apartments, it's the ones across the street. Now we have a Circle K, but it was a dirt field, and across the street from that dirt field are some apartments, and the apartments were on fire, and I could hear the screaming and the yelling, the crying, and just brought back so many memories and so many, you know, feelings. And I know what they feel like. I know what they went through, and it's sad, and it's so frustrating, it's overwhelming. So anyways, so that happened, and you know, that gave me back my little bit of anxiety, but I'm okay now. So no, couple months later, I want to say about 6 months into us living here, maybe more, I can't remember the date, our apartments were on fire. Not mine, the ones behind us. So they're ones that are right by the office and right by the pool. They were like fire. There was so it was around this time, 4th of July, because it was a firework. Someone had lit off a firework, and the firework ended up landing in their porch. The people didn't even know. There was a gentleman, they were at the store. There was 2 gentlemen that were at the store, and then they realized that the back patio was on fire. And so they went and informed them. They were telling them, like, hey, you know, your stuff is on fire, and they didn't even know. So they came out, and it was just devastating to watch that fire. And I heard all the trucks, and I decided that I wanted to be nosy because I heard too many fire trucks. I heard too many. And so I looked, and then you could smell it. So I decided to run downstairs, and I went around the corner, and I saw that they were in flames, and I was scared. You know, fire travels fast, and paranoid me. I'm like, oh my goodness. So that happened in our apartment. It's like fire follows us. You know, let's just hope it doesn't. But we have bad experience with fires. So yeah, that was my story time. So my name is Maria. My husband's name is Joseph, and then our son's name is Joseph Jr. And I can't wait to continue to make more videos, to comment vlogs. I want to do some mukbang. I don't know how to say it. I want to do some videos like that, and I also want to do some challenges. I'm not sure about the pranks yet. I'll let you know. I have to talk to my husband about it. So I've been anticipating this for a long time. I've been wanting this for a long time. I've been wanting to start my YouTube channel. So anyways, again, my name is Maria. My husband's name is Joseph, and my son's name is Joseph Jr. If you hear me call him Luis in the video, it's because it's his middle name, and I just call him by Luis because it's sometimes when I call my husband Joe, my son looks at the same time, so I've just always called him Luis. So if you ever hear that name, it's because it's my son. That's what I call him. So anyways, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please push like, please comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.